Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Gianna Lian and I basically just bring you along throughout my life. Guys, it is 2023 so soon. Like, it's insane to me. Anyways, today I'm giving you guys 2023 new book releases that you guys need to watch out for and some of the 2023 releases that I also want to read and pick up in the new year. I have quite a few here, so hopefully I can get through these quickly, but there's some really good ones. But the first one that I wanted to start off with is Happy Place by Emily Henry. I have not read an Emily Henry book, guys. I feel so left out. I definitely want to pick up her book in the new year, and I feel like this one just sounds so good. We have a fake dating trope. I love fake dating, and that's why I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this so much. We basically have a couple that broke up, but they need to pretend that they're still together while they're on a vacation with their best friends. They haven't told these best friends that they broke up, so they have to pretend that they're still together during the vacation. So some forced proximity, and I think that it sounds super good. I'll also put all the release dates up on the screen if I can find them, or if they do have release dates, I'll make sure to put those up there so you guys can set reminders. Next we have X's and O's by Amy Lee. This author is actually pretty known. I own one of her other books, Set on You. I still have not read that as well, but this one sounds super cute as well. And the cover is literally so cute. I'm really interested in this one because we have our main character being a social media influencer, and I love books that include that. But our main character basically decides to go back to all of her exes because she is convinced she is going to live her fantasy of a second chance romance. She basically goes back to all her exes and tries to fall in love with them, but one ex seems to stand out a little bit more than the rest, and we all know what happens from there. Sounds like there's gonna be lots of drama, lots of suspense, so I'm excited for that one. Next we have What Have We Done by Alex Finlay, I think it's called. This cover looks so suspenseful. I'm kind of really enjoying it, but this one is categorized as mystery, thriller, psychological thriller, horror, and adult, and suspense. Seems like it has a lot going on, which is super exciting. This blurb on Goodreads sounds really interesting, so I'm just gonna read you that. It's just like a little tiny snippet, but it sounds so cool and so gripping. It says, a stay-at-home mom with a past, a has-been rock star with a habit, a reality TV producer with a debt, 3 separate lives, 1 deadly secret. Oh, that already seems like so suspenseful. This will definitely be a nice, suspenseful, psychological thriller that I'm looking forward to picking up when it releases. On the topic of mysteries and thrillers, I also have One of Us Is Back by Karen M. McManus, and this one is the 3rd book in the One of Us Is Lying series. This is a really loved series by me. I have the 2nd book that I still haven't read, but I recently found out that the 3rd book is coming out, so I knew how to include it in this list. This is the ultimate final closing book of the series. I'm gonna have to get my hands on it so I can really know how this series ends. I'm not gonna read the synopsis for this one in case it gives spoilers for the people who have not read the series yet, but this one is a young adult, I'm pretty sure. And from the 1st book, I know that it's a super fast-paced thriller, and it had me hooked basically throughout the whole entire book. And I also really like Karen M. McManus's writing, and I think she just pulls together a thriller mystery book so well. So I definitely recommend you guys picking up some of her books. Next we have Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, and I am such a big fan of Carly Fortune. I read Every Summer After by her. It was a 5-star read for me. It was my favorite summer book that I read in the summertime. I was so excited when I found out that she is releasing another book. I'm pretty sure that this one is a strangers to lovers trope, and I'm also pretty sure it's also a second chance romance as well. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one though. But we basically have our main character struggling with her life, trying to figure out where she kind of fits and what she's gonna do with her life. But I'm pretty sure that this book is also based in Toronto, which is amazing considering I literally live like 20 minutes away from Toronto, so that's kind of cool. I love when books are set in like the area that I live or Canada in general, because it really just makes it feel so much more special and personal to me, if that makes sense. But we basically have an ex that shows back up into the picture. There's some drama between the stranger that she just met and also the ex that came back. She kind of feels conflicted. Things are just gonna go down from there, I'm guessing. Next, I don't really know how to pronounce this, but I think you pronounce it Ma'am by Jessica George. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. This one is definitely a book out of my comfort zone. When I found this was a new release, I was super interested in it. Well, the cover also drawn me in. The synopsis sounded really interesting, and it definitely hooked me in. We basically have our main character, and she is basically the prime caretaker of her father that suffers from Parkinson's disease. Her mom is always out of the country, so basically Maddie is left for caring for her dad and also just basically trying to get through her life as well. But after struggling for so long and a lot of work drama, kind of fitting into social standards that shouldn't really be made, she finally says like enough is enough and completely decides to turn around her life, start discovering so many of the things that she hasn't done because of how much she was holding herself back. So it's a book about all of her firsts and discovering so many new things that she wished she had done earlier, specifically entering the world of online dating. And it also says that it explores what it feels like to be torn between two homes and cultures, and it celebrates finally being able to find where you belong. I don't know, I felt like this book just sounded super interesting, and it's something different that I wanted to pick up in the new year. Next we have The Villa by Rachel Hawkins. This mainly drew me in because it's set in an Italian villa, which I love Italy and I really want to go there someday. But we basically have two best friends that were inseparable since they were really young, but once their 30s hit, their bond just wasn't the same because of going into adult lives. Like, they focused on their own lives moving forward in their adult years, until one of the friends suggests a girls trip to reconnect, and obviously going to Italy. But once they are on this vacation, they meet some interesting people and uncovering all these secrets that the villa has in its dark history, and the events basically follow from there. It seems like super suspenseful. The genres of this are gothic, mystery, thriller, historical fiction, mystery, adult, contemporary. So it has a bunch of genres in there that seems super interesting. Next we have The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. This is also a really loved and known author as well. I know that she wrote Love and Other Words, which is a favorite from a lot of the booktubers I watch. This one sounds super interesting. We have one of our main characters, and she's a writer, which I also love when books do that. I love reading about people who also love books, and especially authors, so that was really cool. It also seems like we have a single dad trope, which I'm just starting to get into, so that is also why I was drawn into this new release. Even though one of our main character is a romance author, she hasn't really been sticking to what she is writing about, considering she believes that she's never really been in love. With our love interest being a documentary filmmaker, he is ordered to make a reality TV show. The two characters kind of interconnect in a way with all the tropes and throwing in that little addition of like reality TV shows and stuff like that. I find that so interesting and cool. The next book is a new release, a part of a series. This one's a really loved series. It's the Dreamland Billionaire series. This is the third book, Final Offer, that's releasing soon. I've been wanting to pick up this series for a while. It's actually on Kindle Unlimited, if you guys did not know, so I probably will pick that up soon. I just wanted to let you all know that the third one is coming out if you guys have already read this series. But I've heard so much love come from this series. I hear that it's pretty steamy, pretty spicy, pretty drama driven, so that seems really interesting, and I feel like the tropes in this book also seem up my alley and something that I would want to pick up, so I'm excited for this one. Another new release that's a part of a series is the second book, Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. This is the second one of Things We Never Got Over, which is a book that blew up on BookTok. I still have not read it because, I'm not gonna lie, the length of the book definitely has intimidated me. Partially, mostly the reason why I have not read this series, but I didn't know that there was a second book being released for this, so maybe I will pick it up in the sometime near future. The next one is 1,000 Miles to Graceland by Kristen May Chase, I think. I recently came across this one. I actually found it on BookTok that this is a new release, and this is also a standalone. I don't know anything about this one, so I'm gonna read you the synopsis that I have for it because it still sounds super interesting. It says, the journey of 1,000 Miles begins with sequins and a beehive wig in this sharply funny and achieving tender debut novel about mothers, daughters, and the surprising power of Elvis. It says, Grace Johnson can't escape the feeling that her life is on autopilot until her husband announces he's done with their marriage. Grace has a choice, wallow in humiliation or reluctantly grant her outlandish mother's 70th 50th birthday wish with a road trip to Graceland. And then obviously some adventures happen from there, and it seems super, super interesting and so fun and lighthearted. I definitely want to be picking this one up in the near future because it sounds like my cup of tea. And the last book that I wanted to mention that's a 2023 new release is Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. This author actually wrote The Cheat Sheet, which is loved by a lot of people, so this is one of her new releases. But in this one, we basically have a friends to lovers romance. We have our main character trying to go on a quest to find her perfect match, basically live all of her romance novel fantasies that she wishes she had in real life. But then we have a bad boy tattoo artist come into the mix, and seems like we also have a grumpy sunshine little trope going on there as well. I found it super, super cute, and also the cover is just lovely. Another reason why I included it into the list. I'm sure a lot of people will love to hear about this new release, considering The Cheat Sheet is a favorite to everyone and was also super, super popular in the book community. That one sounds super interesting and super cute. Those are all the 2022, did I say 2022 the whole time? I think I did. Those are all the 2023 new book releases that I have come across that I wanted to share with you guys, and the ones that I'm most excited for and hopefully will pick up in the new year. Let me know down below any 2023 book releases that you guys are excited for and are looking forward to picking up. I'm super, super excited to discover so many new books in the new year. Basically just read all the books because I am obsessed with them. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. With that, I hope you guys are having an amazing, wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!